Hey yo, what's up you guys? We're back here with an updated 9.2 guide for Resto Shaman. And yeah, I would say let's get straight into the juice. Let's talk about talents. So as for talents, nothing really changed from 9.15. It's pretty much still the same. You kind of want to play Nature's Guardian. You can play Graceful Spirit into priests that play mind games, so something like RMP might be a little bit better. Otherwise, they're gonna abuse the fact that you play Nature's Guardian and might kill you in the opener or like in a go with it. So be careful there. But yeah, definitely play Unleash Life, Echo of Elements, Earthgrab Totem every time, Earthenwall Totem, Flesh Flute, and Ascendance. There's nothing really to change, and that will be it about talents. So let's have a chat about PvP talents. This is where we might have some variation. You kind of want to always play Living Tide though at all times, and like this is a safe pick. As it comes to the other two talents, you kind of want to go with Grounding Totem and Essential Gifts as your default ones. Basically you can play it most of the time, but if there's nothing to ground, if there's literally nothing to ground, you can play something like Swelling Waves or Voodoo Mastery instead. You can try Scarefury Totem as well. So your build would be looking something like this, for example. So you have Scarefury Totem. If you play something like with Boomy or Red, and you need a little bit of extra damage, or could work with Frosty Case as well. But usually I would personally say, as for start, especially if you're just starting out in Resto Shaman, definitely just play these three talents. There's also Unleash Shield, also not too bad, but it's definitely hard to get into and it's easy to play around actually in my opinion. But this is also very good against DHs in 2s, for example, because you can actually perma-root the enemy DH hitting on you. And actually does not DR with your actual roots, so you will have a lot of root uptime. But as of now, just stay with these three talents, to be honest. Yeah, that will be it about PvP talents. Let's talk about gear real quick. When it comes to gear, of course we still have the old season 1 set basically, but well, you want to go for Versa Mastery, still nothing really changed. You still want to play Necrolord for sure. And as it comes to Legendary, right now I don't have the belt yet, so the belt is gonna be, or like the Legendary Power Belt that you're gonna get is Splintered Elements. This one is like kind of okay, you can play a little bit around it. It basically works like that. So if you primarily wave somebody, the next healing wave you're gonna cast and successfully land is gonna increase your haste by 10% for 12 seconds, which is not too bad. It gives you a lot of, like, you can spam here with this a lot and combine it with Spirit Walker's Grace. Maybe play short Spirit Walker's Grace and always combine it with Primary Wave. Could be not too bad to spam out some heals, but it's not too great either. And as your main legendary, you want to have Earth Elemental Legendary for aggressive playstyles and Earthen Harmony for more defensive playstyles, which is going to be like probably mainly used in all matchups. But Deep Primal Stone is really good in Windwalker DK, for example, when you're looking for these short games where you need a lot of pressure. But both legendaries are definitely insane. And really quick about the Covenant, nothing changed. You still want to play Plague Device and Melarith. Pretty much same conduits, just get these ones. You can upgrade it by hitting 2-4 in Arena. And oh yeah, new trinkets actually. You wanna get the Resonator, for example, if you play The Walking Dead, so you can triple Resonator on the go. Or you wanna get the defensive one, which is gonna absorb 50% magical damage against something like RMP, where you need to survive. It's actually not that bad, or like it's actually really good against fire mages, for example. But this will be it for the gearing section. So let's talk about some overall tricks and tips. So yeah, as a Resto Shaman, you always want to make sure that you have your swelling currents up when you cast something. So this is increasing healing done by 35% on the next heal. It works on Riptide, Healing Wave, and Healing Surge. And you just do a lot of extra healing. Then you want to make sure that you have your Earth Shield on the target who they're hitting on. Also really important. But Like, the thing is, do not swap it around. Like, if the enemy is swapping targets randomly cross and right, try to still not throw it left and right everywhere. Just keep it on the target. You don't want to waste too much mana with it. Then, if they're not on you, you want to have mana. You want to have water shield on you at all times. It restores a lot of mana. And now we come to the part of a little bit of cooldown usage. So, as a shaman, you have tools like Spirit Link Totem, Healing Tide Totem, and Ascendance, basically. And Earthen Wall Totem, of course. So, Earthen Wall is going to be the first option. You wanna throw down an Earthen if there's some trouble going on. But there's also some matchups like against... Let's have one example here. If you're playing against an Enhancement Shaman, yeah? And he's popping Doomans. You have to track Doomans and then press Earthen Wall Totem. Earthen Wall Totem is insanely good against a lot of attacks that happens in a short amount of time. That's where Earthen Wall Totem shines, so it completely kind of navigates Doom Winds, basically. And then you have a Living Tide Totem, Healing Tide Totem. This is really good against high cleave pressure situations. So, for example, if a Warlock pops his Dark Soul, or if a Shadow Priest is popping left and right with his little swirlies going on the ground, you want to pop this behind the pillar when there's a lot of pressure going on. And then your last resort is basically... So your last resort will always be your Trinket Link, and you want to hold that for as long as possible, because it's not that reliable, kinda, and you want to use your team cities first. So if you're playing with an Arms Warrior or Boom, for example, you want to let them use their Trinket and their parry first, if it's on them, and then you can add on later with a Trinket Link, because you might want to use it for yourself as well. It's always better to trinket for yourself, I find out on this meta, honestly. And then we have Ascendance, also a really good CD, but it's situational. You want to make sure that if it's on you, do not stand in line or like in LOS with your allies, because then it's gonna spread the healing and it's not gonna top you. But other than that, it can be a nice quick heal, and you will do a lot of healing with the buff as well. And then also one last thing, this is also something that I don't see a lot of shamans actually abuse. You can press Aura Mastery Fleshcraft, basically. You can press Spirit Walker's Grace into full Fleshcraft, which is going to be Aura Mastery and not kickable. So you're immune to CC, you're immune to kicks, and you are basically immune to dying, because the shield is very strong on Shaman still. But that's going to be it for like ability tips. Any final words? So Resto Shamans right now in the meta, I wouldn't say they're bad. Like I was hearing a lot of well, bad words about Shaman, but I think they're very viable. The best combos are probably 7 DH Boomy still, but Windwalker DK, DH DK, and TSG are all viable as well. You can make it work for sure. So Shaman overall is in a pretty solid spot. There was some talks about playing Kiri and Shaman, Nightfall Shaman. It's all garbage. Trust me, you want to play Maljoxes without a doubt. And yeah, that's going to be it for this 9.2 guide. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I see you guys in the next one. Also, if you're interested in my UI, you can get it as a Twitch app. See you later. Peace out.